Right. All right. So we're back at it with another video with the one and only Cale Teshna. Thank you so much for joining us once again, and thank you so much for being here, Cale, as well. And
My
if you haven't
pleasure.
subscribed yet to the channel, make sure you do by clicking the button down below. And if you like the content of this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up so more and more people can actually see it. All right. So the purpose of these videos that we started doing with Cale is really and truly to shed a light on the solar sales community, because there's a lot of people that are just starting out, especially people watching this, watching my channel. I've come to find out about 85 to 95% are literally brand new. They're literally, coming from another industry into solar. And I believe more and more people are going to make the switch to obviously start selling solar, because solar is a gold mine.
Oh, it's a wave. Yeah, it's the next gold rush.
It is a gold rush, man. And if you haven't realized that yet, I mean, you're just in the wrong, you're just in the wrong room of people for sure. But if you are here, I mean, you should pat yourself on the back, because you're already one step ahead. So Cale, what I want to get out from you, bro, because you're the sales pro, and a lot of our clients are having success with your teachings and with your training, and they can see now that you are the real deal. We're gonna get into detail. We actually have calls booked with Justin and with
Yuri
as well.
Yeah.
For tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that, because you've just closed your first deals. And
Within like a week of working with you, I think
yeah,
first deals are, and we've got like between the two, and we still have like 6 more deals each throughout the week. It's just Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So what I want to ask you first, man, is how do you prep yourself before the sales call? Like, what is your sort of like, do you have like a mindset talk before you get into it? Like, what do you do? Like, what's your sort of like preparation before the sales call?
in the beginning, it was nervous, and I honestly just prayed. To be honest with you, man, that was the beginning. And then you get to a point where you do it so many times, you find a rhythm, right? It's almost like, why is that singer so good on stage, right? He's in a flow, right? He's flowing. Right. There's actually a really good book that talks about flow. And Shaun White, when he did that crazy trick, and it's like in the world record, and he won the gold, and that's what he's like most known for, was that one crazy, I don't remember what it was, but it was like the hardest trick ever attempted, right? And they asked him, like, what did you do to get into the zone? And this, I can't answer this better for you beforehand. It's like you have no it's almost like you have no control and you don't care. Like you kind of just let go and you just don't care, right? And that's kind of what you ramp yourself up to. And you got to maybe do some breathing practices, right? Like kind of get your breath right, because you don't want to be nervous on that. You can do stuff like that, like breath practices and stuff. But honestly, man, getting ready for that appointment, I think for me, it was just praying in the beginning and then building a skill set around it. And then I was able to just flow to now where I can almost do this on autopilot, and I'll catch myself almost like I predict what my customer is going to say to me every single time. And I almost jump the gun because it's just so ingrained and I just so flow with it. But that comes with, you got people who are practicing 10,000 kicks, right? They're looking for all these different sales pitches. They're joining universities because they have access to millions of pitches or whatever it is, and that's all good and dandy. And it's good to have technique, and it's good to have tools in your tool belt. But if you've got one kick that works and you can predict people with it, man. And so you just kind of have to build a flow. But in the beginning, I think it's just, you're not in control of anything, and who cares? And just have that confidence.
Right. So, and another thing I get a lot from people too is once they get on the call, those are usually people that have already sold in the home for some time and they're trying to make the switch to selling from a distance, because that's what you're doing, right? I mean, if anyone doesn't know
Yeah,
you,
man.
like starting
I went, yeah, all last year I did everything in the home in person. And then as of 2021, I honestly just, yeah, just out of kind of, not that I planned on it to happen, but it just kind of
right,
just transitioned into all virtual, where eventually it was all Zoom. And now everything I'm closing is all over the phone. Just not even using Zoom anymore. Like just keeping it simple, just over the phone. Easy
mhm,
peasy.
right. So what do you a lot of people that have made the switch from that are asking me about, all right, so how would you ask a customer for the bill? Like, how do you get the bill so
Mm,
you can see what
yeah.
system size they
So
need? What's
So I
your
think
take on
people
that?
put, and this might flip things upside down. Okay, so literally, I think people, they get a lead, they call the lead, and they communicate with that lead, and then they try to get the bill, and they can't get the bill, and so they almost like treat that lead as if it's not going to go anywhere. Who cares? Okay, who cares? You'll get the bill if they want to go solar. All right, so get the appointment booked and get on the phone with them, right? And then in your first 10 minutes, you're going to structure your call, right? You're going to structure your first 10 minutes to really dig out everything that they want, flush out all their concerns and everything that would stop them from moving forward. And then just do a reverse question and ask them if, as long as you keep them from what's bad and you give them what's good, would that help them? Great. And so before we move forward, this is what we got to do. And we can just get the bill at that point. But now you've
Right,
got their permission, right? Like you asked,
right,
would this help you? And they said, yes,
yeah,
cool. So we got to do this. Okay.
right,
Um, right. The other trick you can do, and actually, no, I'll save that for those who come into my course. So
mhm,
I'll save that little trick. That's, well, one I'll keep closer, but that's what you'll do is you get their permission by structuring your first 10 minutes of the phone call. And you do that whether you have the bill or not, because that first 10 minutes is going to really is what, if you get a yes there, you have an 80% chance of walking away with a deal that day.
mhm,
One call, one close, right? I hear a lot of people, especially over Zoom, they do this whole, let me do this intro call and then I'm going
right,
to collect the bill and then I'm going to call you back to close. Like, no. Let's just do it all in one call. They're already on the phone. I closed a dude yesterday. He's at work and I'm like, he basically tells me like, I got 10 minutes. Perfect, man. That's all the time we need. Hour and a half later, we're signing documents. They
right,
will make time. He left work, went home, grabbed his bill, took a picture of it, sent it over to me. Like they will make time for what they want to do. And if you communicate this effectively, if you communicate this opportunity effectively, they will get off their butt and they will make things happen to get this deal done.
mhm. Most of
And
the
that
time,
first 10 minutes structures it, man. That first 10 minutes doing that structures everything for you.
most of the time, that was a great point. Most of the time, what people seem to miss is that you get the bill before even letting people know what this is about, you know? And so what happens is the way I see it is customers just get weirded out and they're like, well, why do I need to give you the bill for? Because a lot of people don't understand, a lot of salespeople don't understand that getting a bill from someone could be a big deal. They don't know, like it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be, it doesn't have to be a financial commitment for them to be a big deal. Because some people
Right.
think, I mean, as funny as that sounds, like I don't know if you've come across people like that,
No,
but
it happens. People feel it's an intrusion of privacy. They do. But
exactly,
here's the easy solve. Here's the easy solve. Because you know what, Yvonne, hey, I understand where you're coming from. I would be concerned if there was any, information on the bill that would, kind of put me in a weird position between the two of us. Thankfully, there's not. And the worst thing that I could do for you, Yvonne, is just pay your bill for you. And I promise you, I don't plan on doing that. And that solves it, right? Because that's the truth, right? There's nothing really wrong with it. The worst I can do is pay it. I'm not going to pay it, so send it on over. And that's how you kind of get past that. But I think people get stopped, like what you're saying, and I don't think the bill is that big of a deal if you can get them on the call, the sales call, and you can structure it they will move their butt and get to work for you. They will.
Because on the sales call, I mean, you don't just need the bill. Sometimes you need a picture of the roof or the main panel outside, right? And
So I mean, I don't know how other people do it, but for
Mhm.
me, I use an engineering team. Like I don't even design my own stuff. I
Mhm.
engineers design it. That way I'm not wrong. It's always correct. I don't want things to change throughout the process. I want it to be real and good, right? I want it to be quality. I don't want callbacks in the future. I don't want
Right,
headaches. So I
right.
use a engineering, team. They design it and then boom. So
Yeah, that's great.
yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, man. I mean, because the bill. I mean, we just got over the bill, and it is a big issue for a lot of people that don't know how to handle it. And it's
yeah.
not.
I honestly like I teach people in my course, say, hey, just let it slide. Like let's just get on the
Yeah,
call. I
yeah,
promise you, once we're done having a conversation, they will do whatever I want. They will send me pictures of their social security if I need to for loan stipulations. Like, and they only ever had a phone call with me.
yep.
Again, it's just all about structuring it and communicating it in the right order, in the right way. And you find a rhythm, man. I'm telling you, if you listen to because you've got to log in. So if you watch my close videos, you'll hear me, man. I'm practically singing to these people.
Yep.
You know, you find a rhythm when you find it, when you find that kick, and you find a rhythm. And so I tell people, hey, just let the bill, get it if you can, bring it up, but it's not the end of the world.
The best thing
Get on the
about
sales call, structure your first 10 minutes, and then they'll do whatever you want.
yeah, I think the best thing about your training, I would say, is the best thing about your training is, the sales call recordings, where you not just the sales calls, man, but really like it really gives people perspective that every sales call is the same. Like it's not, it doesn't matter who you talk to, it ends up being the same because you're the salesperson, so you should be in control of that call, right? If they start to take
Oh
control
yeah.
over the call, then you most likely lose it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I love, man, is that with that mentality, I can go into every call and it's like either you're my customer or you're not,
Right.
but I am in control of that. And if you try to take me off the path, I'll be the one that hangs up, not you. Right. Like, it's just, it's freeing to know that I'll never be told no.
Mhm. Right, right,
Like
right.
there is no rejection when you have that mentality because 80% of people will say yes. And then the other 20%, 10 will be fail credit. And the other 10 will be, they were just trying to flex in the first place. And you probably like, I actually have a recording of a guy that we sat down with, I believe it was Yuri recently. And Yuri booked a call and the guy just wanted to flex, like how much money he had, like
Really?
talking about how he's going to pay cash for a solar system
Oh
because
yeah.
why would he get a payment? He can afford his $400 a month bill because he's doing so good. And I said, well, listen, sir, if you've got that kind of liquidity, wouldn't you put that money into a higher performing fund, take
Exactly.
the 1.49% interest on the loan and lower your monthly payment and make more? What are you talking about, bro? And he's like, you got me. You're right. And then we got off the phone call. Like, just wanted to flex. And like, that's the 10% of people that you're going to like, especially if you've got a system and you don't let anybody shake your tree and you stick to your system. Like if you've got a
Yep.
process and that process works, you don't go away from the process. Even if somebody gives you flack because, oh, I've heard it before. I don't care. You haven't heard it from me, sir.
Right.
So
Right.
sit down and give me your attention so I can get through this because I want
Exactly.
to get to the numbers as quick as possible. But for me to
Great.
do that, I need to do this, and you need
Right.
to listen. So
Right.
please give me your attention. Do I have your attention? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Usually sales call, I mean, I don't know what you think of it, but solar sales is relatively when done right and when the right customer when you're talking to the right customer, it's not a hard sale, right? It's like,
Super easy.
yeah,
Super
that's
easy.
what's weird about
No
it. Like
pressure.
you make so much money and it doesn't have to be hard. Like you have to put in the hours and the follow-up, because sometimes it doesn't, I don't know about you, but for a lot of people it doesn't happen on the first touch. So maybe it takes like a
No,
couple of
I
calls.
close. I mean, if I don't close on the first deal, chances are, I mean, actually lately up in like Colorado and Idaho, people seem to follow through on their word.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I close like 90% of my deals are all one touch close. 98% of my deals are one touch close.
98.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
98%. I literally have like 2% that will call me back a week later to sign up.
Right. Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty
literally
cool.
98% of all my deals, and it's all recorded right there in the course. Like I literally recorded all the way up until up until they sign
You
documents.
keep on uploading these.
Why not?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Everyone's got like every customer has a different personality. Every customer has different questions. There's tons of great scenarios. The pitch, the presentation, like my kick is the same.
Hmm.
But then there's like obviously you pick up on the sales gestures, right? Where how I'm reading people, how I'm communicating to that person,
For sure.
how I'm digging at what their wants, needs, and desires, and how I'm getting their concerns and stuff, and I'm communicating to that person on a human level, like so like it's individual, even though it's the same process. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like if you know the process works, you stick to the process. It's kind of like the human body, like our skeleton works,
Mhm.
right? Like obviously that's why we haven't evolved too much lately. Our skeleton works, but around the skeleton, I have the ability to get as small or big as I want, right?
Yeah.
I can adjust what the body looks like. So if you have a process that works, a sales process that works, then you just flex or you adjust the body of that process to that customer, and you communicate them on a human level, right? Because this is an easy sale. I'm taking you from 180 bucks a month down to 120, right? It's an easy sale. I mean, it's not a big deal. People don't care about the big price tag. That's another thing, Yvonne, man. I think people have a problem closing because of two things. They're scared to ask for credit, and they're scared of the number, the total loan amount.
Yeah.
People go to leases because they're afraid to talk about loans. People don't give two craps. They will get a loan to get tires on their car if they can, right?
Yep.
They don't care, man. Show the numbers, say it with confidence, and then it's out in the back door, and you focus back on the paint. Like,
Yep.
you have a process that highlights how this works, and don't be afraid of that number. Like, just say it with confidence. It's people don't care. We're talking about it's an easy sale from taking you from whatever it is to lower. Would you like to do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Awesome. Sign these two documents and we'll rock and roll.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about it too much, man, but why don't you dive a little bit into, because just for anyone watching this that is thinking about joining us, or Cale, that is brand new, obviously, why don't you just spend the next couple of minutes just really diving deep into your program and what you can offer, and why uh, your services and our services work together so
Mm,
well.
mm,
I think people
yeah.
will appreciate that.
So I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do that 100%. I'll say right now that I get on the phone. So a lot of times, Yvonne, people will book a call with me thinking that it's you.
Right.
And I'll be talking to this guy about like what I'm doing. He goes, "Whoa, wait, I've seen you on all these videos. What are you talking about? You do lead gen." No, you're talking about Yvonne. Like, no, you. Like, no, man, I'm just in one of his videos. So I think and then once that happens, then they go, well, I really need leads. I don't need coaching. I need leads.
Right.
And you're right, right? You're right. Because what good is coaching if you don't have anything to use it with, right? So you do
Yep.
need leads. But what good are leads if you don't know what the heck you're doing,
Yep.
right? So it's like a double-edged sword. It's a vortex. Can you confidently invest in somebody if you don't know what you're doing,
Yep.
right? Or can you confidently invest in somebody if you don't have what you need, right? And so for me, I mean, in my program, as of right now, I mean, as it gets bigger, it's going to become, it's going to have to be a little bit more hands off, right? More boundaries around it. But right now, as it is, I am working very hands on with everyone that's working with me. And I'm working with, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people now. And I'm working hands on with them day to day. And it's kind of crazy to do that, honestly. I'm experiencing it. And I'm working with these guys day to day, phone calls, text messages, via any kind of communication. I'm literally running 7, 8 appointments a day on my calendar for them. They're on the phone calls or I'm recording them for them. I got some students who are so busy in their first job that I'm even helping them call their leads for them to book the appointment and then call and record it. So that way it's all done for them and they can just sit back, relax, take a check and hit play and watch it all unfold in front of them. Right? Like I'm doing that. And so that's hands-on and that requires like my life. I'm giving these guys my life, right? Like that's real talk. Like I have a wife and a family and I'm giving them my life. And so I think that that's really valuable because it's confidence to know that you've got somebody in your corner. Now, I think that people get scared about investing in into a program or investing into a coach, or they want to find like a freer source. And here's my thought to that is that you don't have their attention. If you do find somebody who's willing to coach and mentor you for free, you don't have their attention. You don't have it. You only get their attention by 2 ways. You pay for it or you earn it. And if you're brand new, you don't even know how to freaking earn it, right?
Right.
And I'm just saying, having somebody's attention who's a professional, who knows what they're doing, who has made crazy amounts of money in the solar industry, you want their attention, right? It's worth millions of dollars to you. Ask anybody I'm working with. It is worth millions. But on the flip side, if these guys don't have any leads to bring to the table, I can't help them, right? I mean, I've got some organic practices that I've done before I was in a position, to do leads or to work with people and stuff like that, that work that I may use from time to time today, right? And they work, but they're slow, right? And I don't think people want to wait 6 months to make the kind of money we're talking about if you don't have to, right? But if you become like resourceful, even if you don't have the actual funds, there's ways to get funds to become resourceful in your life, right? All this, I mean, depending on how you're structured, it's all going to be a write-off in one way or another. It's all business expenses, right? So you can use that, right? I mean, or you can not, right? I don't know. It just depends on how your CPA works your stuff out, right? But for me, so it still benefits me to lose, right? Because I can learn, but you won't lose when you have success. So for me, if you have nothing to bring to the table, there's not speed there, right? And so Yvonne, what you bring to the table is speed, right? I mean, we got guys who set up a week ago who now already have 8 appointments in 1 week booked on the calendar for close deals. That's utilizing my system and training to set that appointment. So these guys are like, we're having like an 80% sit rate right now.
Wow.
Like people are sitting down. People are lit on these appointments are being booked a week out. Normally it's 24 to 48 hours, right? Like we're having good results with the leads coming in, with the appointments that are being booked versus how many are actually sitting down and working with us, right? I mean, out of 6 yesterday, we signed up 2. That's not bad, One of them was a reschedule. Other than that, the rest all sat down. So
right.
We have some credit fails, that happens, but boom, so I don't know. We're just seeing good results. So the leads bring speed, right? The leads bring speed. So for me, my mindset is like, if you've got a guaranteed way to get some speedy leads coming in, and then you don't even have to worry about closing them. You just need to sit back, relax, and watch and learn and train and coach, right? Because that's where people fail, man. They sign up and they don't talk to me. I gave you my time. What are you doing? Right? Why are you afraid to win? Why are you afraid of success? Reach out to people who will help you win and you'll be successful.
I don't think
I sat there a long time. I was afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Right. But you got to step up sometimes and launch, right? Fly, birdie, fly, right?
I don't think people really understand like how hands-on you actually are with people. Like for right now. It's not going to be like that. I mean, realistically, bro, you know this and I know this. It's not feasible to do the things you do at scale, but we're just starting out, and doing what you're doing. It's not going to be feasible, but people that join you right now, they're going to benefit tremendously. I mean, we'll figure out a way.
That as things do scale, the quality goes away just because I'm not so hands-on anymore, right? The
Right.
quality remains. It's the brand that stays.
Yeah.
But you're right. Everything you're saying is
No,
correct.
we'll figure out a way to keep the quality
Yeah.
at a very, very high standard. But you know, it's very different when people have you, you know, and it's a pretty hands-on experience. And they can actually have you on the phone, which is crazy. Most guys that offer training programs and stuff like that, like they just want to make money. They don't care about big customers or clients most of the
I'm
time.
definitely
So
not making money on it, man.
yeah, that's what I'm
Compared to
saying.
what I
So,
could. I know the guys in the space, what they would charge for what I do. That's what I meant by what I meant by that was I know what people charge for what I
like
do.
being a like friendly. I'm gonna reveal this to people. Like I keep and look. Usually when I have a conversation with somebody about your training, and when it comes up in the conversation, I always say that, and I've said it to you as well. Like for what you like, you charge way less than you should be charging people because it is truly life changing. Like I'm not joking. I'm not just like trying to you know boast about like you know your services and your training. It's I've seen a lot, and I do believe that yours is the real deal.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean,
Because it's
I
so
agree.
consistent.
I know. I mean, and I'm not saying it's me, man. I just, I think it's just the system in itself. It just happens that I'm behind it, right? But
Yeah.
like, I do know what people in my space charge, and I do know
Yeah.
that I'm way undercharging for
Yeah.
everything, like by tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
But it helps people who are new,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure. For sure.
And it's attractive to those who aren't. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but
For sure.
it's
Awesome,
probably going to
man.
go up
So
soon. But it's not sustainable where it's at. But in the beginning, like you said, I'm earning what I'm earning, so we'll see
and
where it
it and
goes.
it is pretty cool because I usually tell people like they ask me how quickly can we get this thing going, and I usually say it's because we set people in under 48 hours. We have a policy to where we set them up literally in 48 hours, like in any market, right? Doesn't matter what state it is, we can set them up pretty quickly, and they start receiving leads that same day.
I know.
They start getting leads that same day, and if they follow your training for how to schedule these leads into appointments so you can close them, uh, things happen really quickly, like they did for Yuri and Justin.
Yeah.
And those are just uh, very, very few examples of what this whole system is truly capable of, right? And it's not about, you know, like your system could be implemented by anyone and they will get very, very similar results, if not the
Yeah. And
same.
the great thing is because they get the lead so quick,
Yeah.
like if somebody wanted to, bro, it's like 10 hours of training right now. Okay. So it's not like it's crazy. Like you could take a weekend and you could study
Yeah.
and you could one-on-one coaching, you could book a call with me and pitch me if you want to get my approval, right? That you're good to go. And in 48 hours from starting everything, you got the tools and you've already passed a test with somebody who would give you the thumbs up to go pitch a real customer. And in 48 hours, you got leads coming in, you know how to book them, you know how to sit them, you know how to close them. You're from not knowing jack, just other than Sally, all you know is Sally,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then 48 hours, yeah, you can have that, man. Especially with how quick the leads would, and they do come in quick.
Another thing I've been asked before is, and I still get asked sometimes, is do I need to know how the solar system works to be able to explain? I'm like, no. Like you're not an electrician. Like if you know how it works, I mean, good for you, but I don't fully understand how it all works. Like when it comes
Yeah.
to you know, like
Yeah.
how it interconnects with the main
That's where
panel.
people fail, man.
Yeah, like it's
People get
like you're not
so,
supposed to.
bro, people, if you're, let me say this, like if you're showing in my opinion, like if you're getting into the weeds, it's okay to show designs and all that. But if you're getting into the weeds on spec sheets, panels, inverters, what's being used, if you're getting to the weeds of that, man, you are doing this wrong. Like,
Yeah.
this is not like ask me if I know how solar works. No, I don't. No, I don't. But I do know how to communicate
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Cool, man. Awesome. All right. So that's going to be, do you have something else to say before we wrap it up? I think
I
that
feel
was a
good, man.
very, very good call.
Good.
We're going to keep it on going, and next week we'll have another one coming at you again.
Yeah.
So I
As long as
appreciate you,
people
bro.
keep supporting it and
Yeah.
keep liking it and everything like that, we'll keep,
Yeah.
delivering it.
I
So
always
by the
say to
support of
people,
the viewers, we will come to you guys.
exactly. I always say to people this, you can always reach out to us. Like if you guys need, training, resources, if you want an actual coach that will guide you through the process of learning how to become a sales pro. I think Cale is, the guy to speak to. And if you need obviously lead gen, you already know we can help you out tremendously. And this is not, I'm not saying, it's not BS that we can set you up in under 48 hours. We have the capacity to literally do that. Like you could literally have paperwork signed today and we can have you up and running in less than 2 days, which is insane. Usually lead gen companies, I don't know if you work with lead gen companies, but you probably have, bro. They take a week or two to launch.
I've been told after it took a week or two to launch,
It takes another week or
the
two to like
the
calibrate.
campaign's running. They say, hey, call me in 30 days and we'll
Right?
let you know. Like if there's no results in 30 days,
No way.
call us.
I'm not
No, man, not
surprised.
waiting 30 days.
I'm not surprised.
But yeah, I've worked with people like that. That's why, Yvonne, when I talk about you and like when people call me and they ask about you and stuff like that, and they want because people think I get paid or something. And just so like there is nothing going on between us. Like we just happen to have something that works together, right? But when people call and ask me, and I say, you know what, man, every marketer is going to have their day and every marketer is going to have a bad day. Okay. They are not God. Okay. They are not in control of that. They do what they do best by getting people to click a button. All right. Now, with that, people will not communicate with you and people will communicate with you. And in my experience, the only one who's willing to talk to me, open up my campaign on a screen share, look at it with me, honestly and authentically, is Vaughn and his team. That's why I recommend them, because they get results and they communicate with you, right?
Yeah.
And that's huge to me. I would care less if somebody gave me more results, but they sucked at communication, than somebody who was consistent with results and was great with communication. And that's the other thing on that, man. People judge too quick. They look at a campaign, they go, oh man, it's been a week. They start freaking out. Okay, give it 3 months. Like give them 3 months
Right.
to work. People want to cut the cord so quick,
Yeah, for sure. So anyway,
But anyways, sorry to go off on that, but I think that should be good, man.
It's all good. It's all good information so that people can benefit from, as they're trying to make a decision whether or not to work with us or you.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed the content of the video, I don't want to keep reminding you, but I will give it a like, give it a thumbs up. So the YouTube algorithm can actually boost us and we can get more views. And if the conversation ever comes up in the solar community where you're getting that information from, I would greatly appreciate, Cale, too, if you just share the link of this video with a friend of yours or somebody that wants more information on sales or lead generation, and they're in the solar industry. So till next time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to speak to myself or Cale, the links will be down below, but please read it, because in the description box, sometimes people get it wrong and they want to call me, but they call Cale and the other way around. So make sure you read who you're scheduling your call with, because I'm gonna have 2 links. Okay. So on that note, thank you so much, bro, for being here for another awesome video. and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Thank you so much.
See you guys.